Hi students, I hope that you all are safe and good, and once again I am very glad to meet you through this homeschooling. Before we enter into the lecture, most of the students have asked me, Sir, how to make notes. So today I am going to give a short explanation about notes. There are varieties of notes making, but we are going to the simple method because we are in still schooling. Okay. You may ask me, sir, what is the need of making notes? So let me say the benefits of making notes. Benefits of making notes. 1. Helps to understand the concepts. 2. Write down. Helps to remember the topics. 3. It will be useful revision tool. 4th is you can be relaxed. No need to panic during examination. Got it? Notes making always helps you to understand the concept. Listening and writing down helps to remember the topics. It will be useful revision tool for your examinations. You can be relaxed, not panic during the examinations. Let's see how to make notes. Write down on your own words. Do not copy and paste from the book or lecture. Got it? Whatever you listen or whatever you hear, don't try to write or copy as it is. You should write on your own words. Don't write everything professor says. Focus on the key point and write it down. During lecture, professor may give lot of examples, lot of different terms to explain a topic and all this thing. And there is no need to write down all the things. Just wait and focus on the key point and write it down. Third is write down the main topic. For example, chapter 1, human anatomy and physiology. So first of all, write down the topic and summarize the topic in your own words. In this chapter, what you are going to learn about. For example, anatomy. The professor may say that it is a branch of biology which studies the human body structure. This science provides us the detail of human structure, its shape and interrelationship of various parts of the body. So how you will make a note of it? So you have to write anatomy, which is the subtitle, and you have to write anatomy is the biology where we can study the human body structure. Got students, I think this is more enough to keep in mind that anatomy is. Okay, there is no need to copy as it is. So now, when you make a fair copy, how we have to write it? First of all, write the chapter name, that is human anatomy and physiology. Then just summarize the topic, what you are going to study in this chapter. For example, in this chapter, you are going to study about the structure and functioning of human body. So first write a topic, then summarize it that in this chapter we are going to study about the structure and functioning of human body. So now you are clear about the chapter. Then explain each and every points which are given in the topic. For example, see anatomy and physiology. I have already given the example how to write the anatomy. Same method you have to follow in physiology. There is no need to copy each and everything. Note making is just to keep in things in easier way. During exam, you will try to mug up as it is. I say that is not a good idea. If you have a habit of making notes, one day before the examinations or 1 week before the examinations, just open your notebook and just go through the notes, and 50% will be memorized or stored in your mind. And after that, if you go through the book, it will be very easy for you. That's what I encourage you to make notes all the time. Got it, students? Students, now let's enter into our lecture. Today we are entering into the last parts. of our chapter, that is 5, 6 and 7. Today there is no need of any blackboard or anything to explain because these 3 chapters are very easy to understand, and for your easiness I have made notes on my own words and I will be displaying it for you, and if you want you can copy it from the screen. If not, you can write on your own words and I will encourage you to write it on your own words. Okay? So now we are going to see from part 5, that is functions of skeletal system. Every human have a skeletal system in his or her body. Every human have it. Even all the animals, birds, everyone have skeletal system. And now we are going to see the functions of skeletal system. First of all, it provides supporting framing work of the body. If there is no skeletal system or no functioning of skeletal system in our body, we don't have any proper shape. So it supports the body to have a proper framework. And second is shape. It provides shape and structure to the individual. See, if a person looks like cylindrical, he won't be handsome or she won't be beautiful. So, in order to be handsome and beautiful, we should have some good personalities. So, this skeletal system gives shape to an individual. Third is protection. Our skeletal system not only give shape, but also it protects the delicate internal organs like heart, lungs. See, we have our rib bones. This protects the kidney, lungs and all the things. The same way, this skeletal system also protects the most delicate internal organs like brain. See, we have a skull made up of bones which protect the brains. Clear? And fourth is junction. It provides an attachment to the skeletal muscles. Fourth is junction. These bones also provide junction or give attachment to the skeletal muscles. Clear, students? The fifth function of skeletal system is storehouse. It stores important minerals and salts like calcium, potassium, iron, etc. Got it? In our body we have minerals and salts like calcium, potassium and iron. These all are stored in the skeletal system. Next is manufactures of RBCs. See, our skeletal system have bone marrows and RBCs, that is red blood cells, are manufactured in our bone marrows. Clear? And next is skeletal system acts as a liver. It provides the movement of muscles as well as our other body parts. Clear, students? It acts as a liver. If I want to stretch my arms, the bone has to work as a liver in order to bring the flesh, muscles, veins, skin in a particular shape. And next is movement. Skeletal muscles are attached to bones to give external visible movements. If our body wants to have some movements, the skeletal muscles have to attach to bones. So, the function of skeletal system is attaching the skeletal muscles to bones to give visible movements. Clear? And the last final is ossification. You should keep in mind that our bones are capable of self-repair whenever they are damaged. When we go for some playing or accidentally we got some damage in our bones, don't worry about that. We need not to rush to the doctor. If it is serious, we have to go. But for some minor injuries, keep in mind that our bones are self-repairable and they will repair itself. I hope that you all are clear with part 5. Now we are going to part 6, that is effect of exercise over skeletal muscles. In this chapter we are going to learn about if we do exercise over skeletal muscles, what are the effects we will be having. First is strong bones. Regular exercise improves the bone composition and it becomes slightly stretchable. Our bones are stiff and they are not stretchable, but when we keep on practicing, our bones become lightly stretchable. And second is reduces bone injury. Because of slightly stretchable quality of bones, which can absorb the sudden shock. See, when we keep on practicing, it makes our bone to be lightly or slightly stretchable, and as a result, when we are about to face some sudden shock while playing or while riding somewhere else, due to this stretchability of the bone, the injuries reduces. Got it, students? And third is ossification. It's linked to a proper shape, size and growth of bones. When we do a regular practice, that practice or exercise leads to a proper shape, size and also growth of bones. And next is more blood supply. When we do regular exercise, it helps the blood to supply more in the bones. Regular exercise helps to improve blood supply in bones. And next is fast healing. The regular exercise helps the bone to cure fast from bone diseases. Got it, students? When we do regular exercise, it will help the bone to cure fast from bone diseases. Next is increase RBCs. Bone manufactures more RBCs in the blood, which also increase hemoglobin. Got it, students? When we do a regular exercise, these bones manufactures more RBCs in the blood, which have a rich hemoglobin. Next effect of exercise over skeletal muscle is strong joints. It strongs the joints and provides free and easy movement at joints. Keep in mind, every joint has synovial fluid, and when we keep on regular exercise, it will make the fluid to be free and strong, and it will help us to have free and easy movements. Clear? Next is increase flexibility. Exercise over skeletal muscles helps the joint to move to the maximum range. When we keep on doing exercise, it helps the joint to move freely and extend to the maximum range. Next is good posture. Good posture is always gained by proper exercise. The posture gets improved by regular exercise and results in development of good personality. When we keep on doing exercise, as we learn, it will give shape and structure to the skeletal muscles and skeletal systems, right? So when we gain this shape and structure, we automatically develop good personalities. And finally, personality development. Proper growth and development of bones takes place. Clear, students? When we do regular exercise, proper growth and development of bones takes place. Thus, personality improves. I hope that you all are clear with the effects of exercise over skeletal muscles. Now we are entering into the last and final part of chapter 1, that is types of movement. I am very sorry that I will try my best to show you the movements, but it is very difficult for me to do the movements through this online class, because if I get up the angle will be changing and I don't have any place here to explain you practically. Still I will try my best. Let's have a look into the types of movement. First is flexion. Flexion means bending movements that decrease the angle between a segment and its proximal segments. Flexion means bending movement. See, I am keeping my arm like this. So flexion means I am bending. See, I have a big angle, 360 degree angle. So I am bending it into 90 degree. Got it, students? So this angle is decreased and this is called flexion. And next is extension. It's very clear. Keep in mind, it is opposite to flexion. Extension is always opposite to flexion. See, flexion is I have just reduced the angle. Extension is just I am extending it back so the angle may increase. Got it, students? And third is abduction. A motion that pulls a structure or part away from the middle of the body. A motion that pulls a structure or part away from the middle of the body. See, if I am standing like this straight, abduction means I am just extending the structure of my part away from the midline. This is my body is the mid axis and I am just extending my hand away from the body. That is called abduction. And fourth is adduction. A motion that pulls a structure or part towards or from the middle of the body. Same, this is also same, opposite to abduction. Abduction means just extending out. Adduction means just pulling it towards the body parts. Got it, students? And next is elevation. Movement in superior directions. Movement in superior directions means I am having my shoulder like this. I am just trying to pull it up. I am just trying to pull my shoulders up. That is called elevation. Always keep in mind, elevation means high or above. So whenever I ask you or anyone asks you elevation, you should keep in mind, okay, it means pulling up. So I am just trying to pull my shoulders up. And next is depression. Don't misunderstand with the other depression. This depression means downwards. This is also same, opposite to elevation. Just pulling the things downside. My shoulder is in this parallel line. I am trying to pull it downside. That is called depression. Internal rotation towards the axis of the body. External rotation towards the axis of the body. See, I am having my hand like this. And internal rotation means towards the axis of the body is like this. And external rotation is away the axis of the body. I am doing like this. Internal is coming inside, external is going outside. Got it, students? Circumduction. Conical movement of the body part means rotation. Circumduction. Circle. Keep in mind. See, I am having my hand like this and I am rotating. This is called circumduction. Clear, students? I hope that you all are clear with this chapter, and now I encourage you, after making notes, take your notebook and please give answers to the following questions, like very short answer type questions, match the followings, answer short answer type question, long answer type question. I want everybody to write down the answers in your physical education notebook. Okay, students? I hope that you all are safe And I also encourage you stay in home and be safe. Save yourself and save your neighbors. Thank you.